This is the final video in our series on stress and recovery. Over the past few weeks, we've explored how hidden stress affects your brain, your sleep, your memory, and your emotional balance. But today, we're going even deeper, because there's one more way chronic stress is silently harming you. It's not just in your mind, it's in your body. And it may be the reason why your energy is low, your belly won't shrink, and your blood sugar won't stabilize, no matter how hard you try. The enemy isn't always obvious. It's not just food, it's not just age. The real problem may be cortisol. Cortisol is your body's stress hormone, and when it's out of balance, it does more than make you feel anxious. It actually changes how your body stores fat, builds muscle, and uses energy. In this final chapter, we'll show you how cortisol makes you sick, how it makes you gain weight, and how you can stop it, naturally, gently, and without pills. So if you've been feeling frustrated, stuck, or defeated, this may be the piece you've been missing. Let's begin. Cortisol isn't all bad. In fact, your body needs it. It helps you wake up in the morning. It gives you energy during the day. It helps you respond when something feels urgent. It's part of your natural rhythm, your built-in alarm system. But here's the problem. Cortisol was meant for short bursts. It was designed for quick moments of stress like danger or injury, not for constant worry, not for long days of noise, pressure, or emotional exhaustion. When cortisol stays high all the time, it stops helping and starts hurting. It raises your blood sugar, even if you haven't eaten. It tells your body to hold on to fat, especially around your belly. It breaks down muscle, thinking you won't need it if you're under threat. And it slows your digestion, your immune system, and your hormones. The longer cortisol stays high, the more your body thinks it's in survival mode. You may not feel stressed out, but your biology is working overtime, burning energy, storing fat, and wearing down your systems. That's why so many older adults feel tired, but wired. They don't sleep well. They gain weight even when they eat less. Their minds feel foggy, and their bodies feel heavy. And it's not because they're lazy. It's not even just aging. It's cortisol misfiring, mismanaged, misunderstood. In the next part, we'll look at exactly how cortisol leads to weight gain and why belly fat is more than just a cosmetic issue. It's a sign your stress system is stuck. Many people try to lose weight by eating less and moving more, but if your cortisol's high, your body won't respond the way you expect. You may cut back on food and still gain fat. You may walk every day and still feel swollen or bloated. That's because cortisol changes how your body stores energy. When cortisol is elevated, your body thinks it's in a state of emergency. It wants to save fuel, so it tells your cells to hold on to fat, especially around your middle. This kind of fat, called visceral fat, builds deep in your belly. It surrounds your organs, and it's not just about how you look, it's about how your body functions. Visceral fat raises your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and inflammation, and cortisol is the hormone that drives it. Cortisol also makes you crave sugar and carbs. It increases your appetite, especially in the evening. You might eat when you're not hungry. You might reach for snacks to feel better. That's not a lack of willpower. That's chemistry. It slows your metabolism, breaks down your muscle tissue, and interferes with your thyroid. Over time, it becomes harder to burn calories and easier to gain weight, even if you're doing your best. So if you felt like your body is fighting you, if nothing seems to work anymore, it's not your fault. It may be cortisol quietly telling your body to store, protect, and survive. But once you understand this pattern, you can change it. And in the next part, we'll explore how cortisol also affects your blood sugar and why managing stress is essential for preventing insulin resistance. Most people think of blood sugar as something controlled by food. Eat too much sugar and your blood glucose goes up, skip sugar and it goes down. But cortisol changes that. When your brain senses stress, even emotional stress, it sends a message to your adrenal glands, and those glands release cortisol. One of cortisol's main jobs is to raise your blood sugar. It does this by telling your liver to break down stored energy and send it into your bloodstream. This is helpful in short bursts, like if you need to run or react quickly. But when stress is constant, your blood sugar stays elevated, even when you haven't eaten. Over time, this confuses your insulin system. Your cells stop responding properly. Your pancreas has to release more insulin to do the same job. This is called insulin resistance, and it's a key step toward prediabetes and type 2 diabetes. So even if you eat carefully, even if you avoid sweets, high cortisol can still keep your blood sugar high. It can make it harder to lose weight, harder to heal, and harder to feel steady throughout the day. You might notice energy crashes. You might feel shaky between meals. You might feel hungry even after eating. These are subtle signs your cortisol and insulin are out of sync. But the good news is, this can be reversed. When you calm the stress response, cortisol drops, and when cortisol drops, your blood sugar can finally stabilize again. In the next part, we'll talk about how cortisol affects other hormones too, and how stress disrupts the entire endocrine system as you age. Your body runs on balance. Hormones like estrogen, testosterone, thyroid, and insulin all work together to keep you feeling stable, focused, and well. But when cortisol stays high for too long, that balance starts to break down. Cortisol competes with other hormones. It steals raw materials your body needs to make estrogen and testosterone. That's why chronic stress can make menopause symptoms worse, lower your libido, or leave you feeling emotionally flat. It also interferes with your thyroid. The thyroid controls your metabolism, your energy, and even your mood. When cortisol rises, thyroid function slows down. You may feel colder, more tired, or gain weight more easily, even if your diet hasn't changed. For men, high cortisol can reduce testosterone, leading to lower strength, motivation, and mood. For women, it can throw off the delicate balance of estrogen and progesterone, increasing fatigue, anxiety, or sleep problems. As we age, our hormone levels naturally shift, but stress speeds up the imbalance. What should be a slow transition becomes a daily struggle, and the symptoms aren't always obvious. Sometimes it's brain fog, sometimes it's irritability, sometimes it's simply not feeling like yourself. But when you calm the stress system, these hormones often improve. Not perfectly, but noticeably. You may sleep deeper, feel lighter, think more clearly. You may even begin to lose weight without changing your meals. Because healing your hormones starts by calming your cortisol. In the next section, we'll show you how. Simple, natural steps that help your body feel safe again, so balance can return. You don't need pills, you don't need to force your body, you just need to give it the right signals. Because cortisol is not the problem, it's your body's way of asking for safety. And when you give it that safety, cortisol resets on its own. The first step is rhythm. Your body loves predictability. Try waking and sleeping at the same time each day. Eat your meals at regular hours. Give your brain a gentle routine to follow. The second step is breath. Slow, deep breathing calms the nervous system. Try inhaling for 4 seconds, pause, and exhale for 6. Just 5 minutes a day can lower cortisol naturally. The third is stillness. Spend a few minutes each day without screens, noise, or stimulation. Sit by a window. Take a slow walk outside. Let your body remember what peace feels like. Movement helps too. Gentle activity like walking, stretching, or gardening tells your body it's safe to move. Not to fight, not to freeze. Just move and release. Sleep is your reset button. Wind down slowly at night. Dim the lights. Turn off screens. Avoid rushing into bed. Let your body ease into rest. Food matters. Choose whole foods that nourish, not spike your system. Leafy greens, healthy fats, clean proteins. Avoid excess sugar and caffeine. These create false energy and deeper crashes. And finally, kindness to yourself. The way you speak, the way you rest, the way you respond when things don't go right. Calm isn't just something you create. It's something you allow. These habits don't take much time, but they send a powerful message to your body. You're not in danger. You can breathe. You can heal. And in the next part, we'll gently remind you why this journey matters, especially now, and how far you've already come. If you've made it this far, it means something important. It means you care about your health. It means you've listened to your body. And it means you're ready for something better. Not harder, not faster, just better. You've learned that cortisol isn't just about stress, it's about memory, it's about sleep, it's about your immune system, your hormones, and your weight. But more than that, it's about how your body feels when it's safe, when it can stop fighting, when it can finally rest and rebuild. You've seen how stress sneaks in silently, how it affects your thinking, your mood, your habits. And you've seen how small, steady changes, breathing, routine, rhythm, can bring you back to yourself. This isn't just information, it's a new way of living, gentle, grounded, and full of hope. No matter your age, no matter how long you've struggled, your body still wants to heal, and your mind still wants to be clear. You don't have to fix everything overnight, you just have to begin. And you already have. In the final section, we'll send you off with one last message, from all of us at Senior Health Alive, to say thank you, and to remind you that your journey isn't ending here, it's just beginning. Thank you for being here, truly. This was the final video in our stress recovery series. But But your journey doesn't stop here. In fact, this may be where it truly begins. If you found peace, if you learned something new, or if you simply felt seen, please take a moment to like this video. It helps us reach more people who may be struggling quietly, just like you were. And if you haven't already, we invite you to subscribe to Senior House Live. This channel was built for you, for calm, for clarity, for healing that feels real and doable at any age. We'll be back next week with new topics, but for now, breathe gently, rest when you need it, and remember, your body is not broken. You're not alone, and you're never too old to feel good again. We'll see you soon.